It is another brand new week, and welcome to another brand new episode of our weekly devotion with yours truly. I want to continue from where we left off from our last week's devotion about the story of the four lepers. The story was found in 2 Kings chapter 6 and 7. Now remember, they took the risk of walking towards the enemy camp, and lo and behold, when they arrived at the camp, the enemy has deserted and abandoned the place, and they found food galore, like buffet that was there, and they ate to their heart's content. They found clothes, they found treasures, and all that. Well, it's like, woo! God blessed them because God was with them. Remember, God don't have to show up. You know why? Because God never left. And as they were eating to their heart's content, one of them then said this: "What we are doing is not right. This is a day of good news, and we are keeping it to ourselves. If we wait until daylight, punishment will overtake us. So let us go at once and report this to the royal palace." You know what? There are people out there, our family, our friends. These are our people in the city. They are dying of hunger, and we are keeping it all to ourselves. This is not right. This is not right. Ethically, morally, spiritually, it's never right. Let us go back. Let us tell them that there are food galore here. And they ran back to the city and informed the palace guards. And obviously, the king took that news with a bit of apprehension, because this is what he said: "I will tell you what the Arameans have done to us. They know we are starving, and so they left the camp to hide in the countryside, thinking they will surely come out, and then we will take them alive and get into the city." However, the king was persuaded to send out, a reconnaissance team to really check this out. And lo and behold, they found that the camp was indeed, abandoned, and there are a lot of food and treasures and clothes that were there. And so, news got out, and the people in the city ran out of the walls of the city and ran towards the camp. And there they had food and they had clothes, and it saved the entire city from a desperate situation of not having enough food. These four men were blessed by God, but they were blessed not just with a period there. They were blessed to be a blessing. You know what? I don't know what you're going through this week or the past couple of days, but despite all that you are going through, God knows, and God can still use you to be a channel of blessing. When we are blessed to be a blessing, we are not called to be a pail where we collect everything for ourselves. We are called to be a hose. One end of the hose is connected to the faucet, and when the faucet is turned on, water will flow into the hose and then flow out of the hose. And this is what we are called to be. We are called to be channel of blessings. We are blessed to be a blessing, no matter whether we have abound or we don't have anything, but God can still use us to be a channel of blessing. The story didn't tell us that the four men were healed, but they saved an entire nation in spite of their condition, and they were celebrated. And that's why the story was told in the Bible. You know what? Your plight, I don't know what your plight may be, could be God's plan for a purpose to serve a greater good. This young man here from Indonesia, his life was in a mess. He suffered from an incurable skin disorder called Steven Johnson's disease. The skin was very delicate, very sensitive. Every time he turned, there's a crack, bleed, and then the blood will dry up and become a blood flakes like this. And so he cannot wear tight clothing or t-shirt, because once the blood dry up and it's stuck to the t-shirt, then you know what? He had to tear the shirt out from his skin. And it's a very painful experience. One night he prayed, "God, if you are real, you heal me. If not, tomorrow I will die. I cannot take this anymore." And the next morning he woke up. He did not wake up to a damp bed. Usually that was the norm, because every time he moved as he was sleeping, the blood would drip off from his body, and he will wake up to a damp bed of blood. And the next morning he actually woke up to a dry blade, but filled with these blood flakes. It all fall off from his skin. And he woke up, he realized that, hey, what are all these? And then he looked at his hand. Hey, there are no more sores. And he touched his face, no pain. And so he ran to the mirror, to the bathroom, and saw that he was healed. He was healed. Beneath these sores is one handsome young man. This man here, not this man here, this man here. So his mess became a message. I found this. I thought this was interesting. This writing was very interesting, and I want to quote this. It says this: rivers do not drink from their own water. Trees do not eat their own fruits. The sun does not shine on itself. Flowers do not spread fragrance for themselves. And this is what nature does. Living for others is a rule for nature. Wow. You know what? We are born to help each other, no matter how difficult life is. Life is good when you are happy. But life is much better when others are happy because of you. Well, as you go about this week, remember your plight could be God's plan for a purpose to serve a greater good. So your focus should not be on your problem or your plight. Your focus could be on what God can do through you despite your problem. So stay safe. Have a great week ahead. God bless you. Ciao.